So here it is, the second meeting of Clinton Woods from Sheffield and Glen Road Johnson from Miami in Florida, and the USA for the vacant IBF light heavyweight championship of the world. Clinton Woods didn't do enough perhaps in the early rounds, came back strongly last November. Johnson has sparred well over 100 rounds, and Clinton Woods much the same, to get themselves in perfect condition for this. And this is one of these very definite winner-take-all contests. And I think we're expecting Duke McKenzie, Clinton Woods, to put the foot in the gas right from the start.
He needs to start real quick, get into the fight a lot quicker than he did in the previous fight. Johnson's already looking to land the right hand over the top. He's just looking to see where that jab's coming from, and he's throwing the right hand constantly.
Huge contrast in styles. Clinton Woods at close to 6 feet 3 inches tall against a man who's just a shade under 6 feet. Johnson, short and squat, born 35 years ago in Jamaica, against a man who's been all his life from the still city of Sheffield. Great supporter of Sheffield Wednesday. And huge support here tonight. It was a wonderful contest last time out, and a lot of people felt that Master Johnson was very unlucky not to get that decision, but a draw was what was given, and he's here to set the record straight. And Clinton Woods, who's lost to David Starry and for his Commonwealth title, and of course to Roy Jones in a challenge for this very title, has maybe this last chance to achieve greatness and follow in the steps of men like John Conte and Freddie Mills, and that great Guyana who represented Britain and won the light heavyweight championship of the world 3 times, Dennis Andrus. 3 of the very best. And can Woods join that particular pantheon?
Well, Johnson's just started this. He started this fight slower than what he did in the first fight. He's pacing himself a lot better. Keeps landing that right hand on Clinton Woods' jab. He's got his jab in hand, his left hand, Clinton Woods, it's too low.
Better work by Woods behind that left hand of his, nicely done. Dave Paris just has a good look at them. Judges from Britain in John Lewis, Rick Bays from Florida, and Hilton Whittaker from New Jersey. Dave Paris, needless to say, not scoring. Woods where he doesn't want to be, and that's in close. Vicious looking left hand went in from Glen Road Johnson. Woods took it very well, and Johnson doing now what he did in the first contest, forcing this pace, Duke.
And expect Johnson to work the body, because that's where he had a lot of success early on.
Well, we know that Clinton Woods has a pretty decent chin, but for a big tall fella, there's never a huge amount of excess muscle in Clinton Woods. It's all about speed and being nicely toned, and he's got to keep this man away and work him and move. Good little chopping right hand once again from Johnson at the start of this round. And Johnson trying to rough Clinton Woods up as he did in the early stages 3 months ago here in Sheffield. Very little in the way of eye contact, as was the case when Dave Paris gave them final instructions. Tim Witherspoon is not in the corner anymore. It's back to Neil Port and Richard Poxon. And Mick Williamson doing cuts. Dennis Hobson in there as well.
Don't get into a draw. One of them nice long jabs, turn it into an water. Right, drink, water. Come on.
Well, it was felt that despite the efforts of the former world champion at heavyweight Tim Witherspoon, Clinton Woods' defence wasn't all that it might have been, so he's gone back to his old trainer.
In front of him, long shots, and then move afterwards. All right? Keep the elbows tight. Don't get in a brawl. It's too early. All right? How are you feeling?
Nice and calm in the Woods corner, but a long way to go. He simply can't afford to leave anything to chance this time. So out they come, Johnston in the red trunks. Well, the red at the front and white at the back is the current USBA light heavyweight champion. He has challenged unsuccessfully for IBF titles at middle, at super middle, and most recently at light heavy. He's a good seasoned campaigner. Although he's been beaten, he's only ever been stopped once, and that was by the remarkable Bernard Hopkins. What a good right hand! Clinton Woods got careless. He got careless. He was actually on the retreat, and as he stepped back, he let the hands drop, and Johnson read it beautifully and really punished the man from Sheffield, and that's quietened the crowd here, Duke.
It certainly has, but as I said earlier, look where Clinton Wood's left hand is. It's desperately low and he's just waiting to get nailed with it. Referee reading a riot act to Clinton Woods' corner, saying if they keep up the instructions from the ringside, he will have no hesitation in taking him out of the arena.
Well, he shouted at Dennis Hobson and said to him, if you shout at me again, you're out of here. So no messing about from Dave Paris, and no messing about from Glen Road Johnson, who's going to work with a real vengeance. Clinton Woods has got to be doubly careful. That was not a good shot to take, and he's got caught again. Well, Johnson has said he can't afford to leave anything to chance. If he's going to win this, he may have to stop Woods, and he's certainly at this stage going the right way about it, and Woods has got to regain that composure and get himself back into the right frame of mind, and he's got to keep that left hand out of trouble.
Well, Woods is using the ring quite well. You know, he's trying to get round. It's a big ring and he needs to get round, put some daylight between the pair of them, but Johnson's just stalking him. He's not actually chasing him, he's just stalking him, you know, with well-timed, accurate right hands and left uppercuts inside.
Good work by Woods. Lovely little left hand into the midriff. Johnson in great shape, though short and squat. Comes fairly square on, so there's plenty of target there for Woods. And again, Johnson tries that right, and the man from Sheffield read it pretty well. There's the right again. He's got to be careful, and he's letting that left drift down very low.
See, what Johnson's doing, he's stalking him, and he's just pot shotting. He's looking for the big shot all the time. He's got a high, tight guard, where Clinton Woods is more relaxed with his hands down by his chest. There's the right hand again. It keeps getting through.
Well, Johnson has got the timing of that right hand absolutely perfectly, because every time he sees Clinton Woods lower the left by maybe a couple of inches, in he pounces, and again, and he's really putting on the pressure now. And this has not been a good round for Clinton Woods. Nothing much in the first, but this is definitely Johnson's round.
Well, credit to Clinton Woods, because he's taken these punches. He hasn't gone down. Sure, he's been shook up to his boots, but hasn't actually hit the canvas. Now Johnson switched his attack from the head to the body.
Well, a little nod of self-approval from Glen Road Johnson. Managed by Henry Foster, trained by Orlando Quilla. And they've got Mark Vaz in there doing cuts.
Just keep doing what you're doing, but you need to stay on top of the score, all right? You can't let him...
That was a very good round, and look at that shot round the corner. Caught him a little bit on the high side. Another couple of inches down, it would have been right on the jaw, more the temple and the cheekbone, and Clinton Woods really had to cover up. Let's watch where his hand is. He threw the left, the chance was waited for, and Johnson really came in, and that was the second good Johnson attack.
Take a shot. Close the gap, baby. Close the gap and go to the body. All right, touch him on the top, go to the body, and the uppercut. Give me that uppercut, baby, all right? But you need to close the gap. Move in, you got this. Let's go to work. We need to be there at the end. Let's go.
Johnson encouraged by the corner to go to the body, to try to draw down that guard of Clinton Woods, which sometimes is not where it should be. Woods moving, Johnson chasing.
He is moving quite well. Just needs to just walk the ring, not start to run around the ring. Just, you know, take little steps back and double the jab and try and draw Johnson in, because he won't have to go looking for him. He's going to start just stalking him and stalking him. So Clinton's just got to box intelligently for these first couple of rounds. Just box himself into this fight.
At the moment, Woods is moving back too much in a straight line. He needs a little bit more lateral movement. He's not showing Johnson anything that he didn't show him in the first contest.
Absolutely.
Little glance toward his corner by Glen Road Johnson. Gentleman Glen, he's known as. There's the right again, and again it didn't quite land where he wanted it, and again it was a little bit on the high side, but again it caught Clinton Woods.
Johnson's pacing this fight so much better than the first fight. He started really hard in their previous fight and died in the last few rounds. He got really tired, but this time he started off slower, and you can expect him to finish stronger.
Well, Clinton Woods was an amateur boxer from his early days as a youngster. Johnson didn't start boxing until he was 20 years of age, and he had his first amateur fight then, and that's leaving it a little bit late, but he's made a pretty good improvement since then. And here he comes again.
This is better boxing right now from Clinton Woods, much better boxing.
He's got to keep Johnson thinking. He's got to get away from him, and he's got to pick him off on the retreat, which is his great strength.
Needs to give him plenty of lateral movement from the center of the ring. And as he comes in, use that to counter-punch.
Little clash of heads there. Dave Paris doesn't seem to bother about it at all. Better shot from Clinton Woods inside. A little sweet right hand, and that certainly got to Johnson. But the chunky fella comes barreling back, huffing and puffing and blowing like a little locomotive. Woods holding on.
These are better tactics that Woods has adopted in this round.
Not much between them in this one. Maybe Woods just slightly shading it, but it is very close. There's Johnson looking for that right again. And again. Sharp barking command from Dave Paris. Little flurry maybe at the end from Woods if he can, just to nick this round, but there's nothing much between them.
I'd be inclined just to slightly lean towards Clinton Woods in this round.
Watch the head from Dave Paris to Glen Johnson. And Clinton Woods, after a very iffy second round, may just have picked it up a little bit in the third round. Still a long, long way to go. And we can go ringside. And Mike Costello was with Clinton Woods' former trainer, but still a very interested party, former world heavyweight champion, Tim Witherspoon.
Tim, just like the first fight, Clinton's being forced back. Now, is this a tactic or a mistake?
I don't think it's a mistake. I think that you can stand in front of a guy and make a miss instead of moving so much. You can stand right in front of a guy and make a miss and make him pay. I think he shouldn't move as much, preserve his energy, and get off. Stand in front of him, make him slip, and make him miss.
And taking a few big shots, and at the moment, those shots are enough to swing it Johnson's way.
Yeah, it is, and I think he should keep his hands up more and just stand in front. Don't stand exactly in front of him, but make him miss and make him pay.
Thanks, Tim.
Well, good to see terrible Tim here in Sheffield. But the focus of attention, as far as the Sheffield fans are concerned, is the man in the white trunks trimmed with the blue and red, and that's Clinton Woods. A lively start by him. He's got that jab of his off first, but got tagged very badly as the two of them shower everybody at ringside here with sweat and water that's been applied in the corner.
Clinton Woods landed a lovely left hook at the beginning of this round. It was a lovely shot. Seems to have found his range a little bit easier in this round so far.
Johnson has ever tried to shut him down completely. Would like to fight this on the inside. This is more like Johnson's contest. A little bit of swelling around his left eye, but nothing to worry about. Again, Johnson just getting off first.
Well, Johnson hasn't quite found the range in this round. Better shots, nice little combination, hit and move from Clinton Woods.
Well, that was good work by Clinton Woods, because referee Dave Parrish did not say stop or indeed break, and it's protect yourself at all times. Johnson puffing again, shook that right hand of his out. I don't know that he's hurt it at this stage. Woods said that he had hurt his right hand in the first meeting some 3 months ago, but he should be well recovered by now.
Well, Woods at the moment is just doing the right thing. He's just putting enough daylight between him to score his punches and then go missing. Woods needs to punch in bunches now, 2-3 punch combinations like that, and then move out.
Well, interesting, Johnson is doing what Tim Witherspoon said that Woods should be doing, and while he's not actually moving, he's slipping the punches, but not that one. Oh, good right hand from Johnson, and Clinton Woods really grimaced. That's the second right hand, and Woods in a wee bit of bother now. With a minute to go to the end of the fourth. That was another right hand, and the Johnson corner getting very agitated, encouraging their man to go forward.
And also the body punches were sickening to Clinton Woods then. He called Johnson in so he could hold him, not so he could fight back. He's looking to survive right now, he is hurt.
Well, Clinton Woods, the last time I saw him say to somebody come forward was to Roy Jones, and we know what happened with that one. And Johnson has got a bit of time left in this round, and Woods walked onto a little short left, and Woods' nose is bleeding and he's breathing pretty heavily. This is not a good round for Clinton Woods, and he turns his head away and says, come on. And Johnson says, well, absolutely, and here he comes again. And Woods is on the receiving end in this round, and one more shot might just swing this in Johnson's way. Has he time? I don't think so. Uppercut with the left from the American, who's really gone at it hammer and tongs, and he's breathing very heavily.
You know, he throws those punches with a lot of spitefulness behind him. He really does. He knows that he doesn't want to leave this in the hands of the judges, and he's looking for the knockout with every punch he throws.
Well, again, Woods, that left hand of his held low, and he throws it, and he doesn't get it back up to the side of his head, and he's got to keep doing that. And Woods moving and trying to change direction, and Johnson hugely economical, cutting off that ring.
Woods did say that he had adopted a different sort of tactic for this fight, but I can see the same thing. He needs to punch in bunches, he really does. Put some combinations together.
Johnson forcing it, and Johnson landing. Left hand got through the local man's defense, and again the right round the top wasn't too far away. But Woods is not going to stop this fella, and he's going to have to outbox him, and if he's going to outbox him, he's got to get on his bicycle. Well,
absolutely, but you know, as he's getting on his bike, he needs to be punching on the retreat then, since he's scoring the shots. Single jabs aren't going to win him this fight. 2, 3, 4 punch combinations, and then either tie him up, hold him up, or just push him off and put some more daylight between them.
Well, apart from Bernard Hopkins, Johnson feels that only one man has really genuinely defeated him, and that was Marquis Sosa some years ago. He has always felt that wherever he's gone, and he's travelled from home a lot, he's got a few bad decisions. Good left hand from Clinton Woods. He had to take a couple himself, but that was the best punch Woods has thrown, and Johnson didn't even blink, and he just kept coming. And how disconcerting is that, Duke?
Well, that is better combination from Clinton Woods, and it is disconcerting because, you know, Johnson just seemed to blink and walk through the punch. But I think Clinton Woods has decided now that he has to meet fire with fire.
Johnson hesitated. Woods got him with the left, but there wasn't a lot behind it, but it was encouraging for Johnson, or for Woods, I should say.
It's a better round thus far for Clinton Woods.
Woods with the initials IBF tattooed on his right shoulder. I hope he's justified his faith in putting those initials there. Half a minute to go. Johnson looking immensely strong.
It's a tight round to score. Nobody's landed anything of real significance.
Johnson being a little bit naughty with the head in there. Dave Paris is giving them time to break it up. And there's the end of the round, and Johnson makes the very short trip to his corner. And little signs of leg weariness there from Johnson, or maybe I'm reading this one wrong, but he does look a little bit tired. He's put a huge amount into these opening rounds, and maybe just hasn't worked out for him. Johnson with that little flattened nose of his, just ahead and no more. What are the corners saying?
You're not giving me the uppercut. The uppercut's going to get him. That's what hurts him. You shoot the uppercut, you come over with the right, or you shoot the right and come with the uppercut. You need to mix it up. That's what we need. Then you go to the body. You're going to break him up with the uppercut. Listen to me, and it'll work. Get inside and shoot the uppercut. And watch him on the inside that he's catching you coming in with the uppercut. All right? We need to catch him with the beautiful uppercut you got. All right? And stay to the body. But we need to keep track of the score. And when you hear go, Glenn, go, I need a reaction from you.
Keep him off.
Walk him onto them jabs, Quincy. Keep him off balance into them jabs. Come on.
First. Come on.
So Johnson has been recommended to use the uppercut, and Woods has been told to be first.
That's good advice from Clinton Woods' corner. He needs to get off with his jab, take the centre of the ring and start working that arm.
Well, he tried it, but he's got caught with the right hand. And let's see if Johnson moves in and tries that uppercut, which we haven't really seen from him so far. All his telling punches have been that swinging right hand over the top of the left of Woods. Oh, good shot. There was the uppercut. It was a cross between an uppercut and a hook, but it worked very effectively.
Well, Johnson's followed the instruction to detail there. He switched the uppercut into an uppercut come hook.
Woods just tucking up and then getting out of trouble. But he's got to keep this man away from man, pick him off at the same time if he possibly can.
Well, while there's enough distance between them, you know, Clinton Woods has got a good 3 or 4 inches in height up over this guy. He needs to just get behind the jab, keep working the jab, pick the points up. Look busy, just look busy all the time.
Well, at this stage of the first contest, Johnson had taken all Clinton Woods' reach advantage away from him. Better work by Woods in that little clinch. There is a bit of a swelling underneath his left eye. Johnson falling short with the jab and trying that right again.
Well, Johnson's headhunting.
Left and right combination from Johnson, and again with the left. And Clinton Woods in a little bit of trouble again, as he was a couple of rounds ago. He's holding on. He never shows any sign of discomfort. He really does take his lumps like a good champion, or in this case, co-challenger. Johnson getting strong, and again he's trying to punish Duke. Woods around the arms, and you can see Woods shaking those arms out because those punches really do hurt.
Well, Johnson, he's not that concerned if he doesn't hit the body. As long as he hits something, he's content with that. And as you said, Woods had to shake his arms out. Those punches were hurtful.
This is another good round for Johnson. Woods hasn't done enough at this stage, I don't think, or certainly in this round, to warrant even getting a share of it. Johnson's been the busier of the two. We thought at the end of the last he might have been tiring a little bit, but that's not the case at all. And gentleman Glen comes forward.
Well, Johnson's starting to fancy it a little bit now. He's got his hands down a little bit lower. He's trying to get a little bit looser in there where he can land his combination punches.
Again, the right hand from Johnson. Double left, good return by Woods, but not enough. This has been a better round by Johnson.
Oh, that's a good right hand from Johnson.
Woods replies with a decent left of his own, but this I have a feeling Duke is Johnson's round.
Yeah, he's landed the bigger punches in this round.
And that maybe has stung Clinton Woods into action, because there was a very interesting exchange of glances there. And at this stage in the contest, it's still up for taking. And Johnson may be the man who's in the driving seat. Good look at that from Johnson, right through. What a wonderful shot that was, a hugely skillful shot, because he actually gave it the uppercut and then he put a bit of a twist on it, and then he followed up with some good right-hand punching.
He's throwing that overhand right, isn't it? So you've got to move your head.
Tell ref his tape's coming off. Dave, his tape's coming off.
Midway stage, and we reckon that Johnson is winning this contest, as he probably was, we think, at the same point 3 months ago.
Absolutely. I've just got him just with his nose in front now, a couple of rounds. He's just punching, obviously, harder than Clinton Woods, and just looking a little bit more busier.
Right hand, twos and threes, not single shot, Clinton. You've got to step it up.
They're going to call timeout. That really should have been fixed during the round. Dave Harris's attention was drawn to it. The taping on the right glove of Clinton Woods has just come adrift. I don't think there was that much wrong with it.
Back on jab, Clinton. Back on jab. Come on, let's put it.
So the 7th round starts. We're midway through this contest, over 12 rounds for the vacant International Boxing Federation Light Heavyweight Championship of the World. The other champions for the major governing bodies, Roy Jones, Silvio Branco of Italy, and the good Hungarian Zsolt Erdei. Clinton Woods hopes to join them, but he's got a fair old bit to do.
I just wonder if Clinton Woods has made up in his own mind now what his tactic's going to have to be for this fight, because he's tried one tactic, hasn't quite worked, needs to adopt now and try something else.
Well, it's not as if Woods is the champion and Johnson has to take the title away from him. The title is there, so whoever's the aggressor may just, and in particular with 2 American judges and 1 English judge or 1 British judge, those American judges like the aggressive boxing, and at the moment that's coming from Johnson.
Well, that's how they score, obviously, in America, and Johnson is looking like he is the aggressor. You know, right now he's got the centre of the ring, and that's where this fight's won from. This is where Clinton Woods should be dominating the fight.
Good left by Clinton Woods. Johnson shrugs and comes through. He's made a very successful transition from middleweight to super middle, up now to light heavy.
And it's Johnson now that looks to be the one that looks a little bit tired, the one that wants to hold on at close quarters. Clinton Woods should feed off of that and just get busy.
Well, Woods up in the toes, but he's getting beaten by the man with the shorter reach to that left jab. Woods' face marking up quite a bit now. A little clash of heads. Dave Parris let it go. Johnson holding on. Woods has got to try to think about that uppercut himself, and he certainly is having a go at it. Johnson with the right hand, not landing. Solid left from Johnson. This time it was the right hand of Woods that dropped away about waist level, and he got caught. Johnson tucking up, that has given him huge confidence, that left hand.
It's a stronger finish to the round for Johnson. This might just be enough to swing this round in his favour also. I just feel Clinton Woods really has to bite the bullet now and take control of this fight. He's letting it slip away.
No, I reckon from here Clinton Woods has got to go out and win this contest. He's got no lead to defend. Johnson looking very strong, although he's on the flats of his feet, so showing signs of tiredness. And again, this fellow wobbles back to his corner. He gives it 100% for every single 3-minute round. Just a little adjustment of the cup protector, and he sinks down into the seat.
Right, you need to put the fight up against the ropes. That's where it belongs. All right, you're keeping it in the middle of the ring. Don't do that. All right, you're doing good work, but you're sitting there too long, you know, contemplating what you're going to do. Just get your hands going and pick your shots, all right?
Well, Joe Clinton's going to have to win just about every round, you reckon?
I think so. You know, Clinton's not fighting the right tactical fight right now. He's just allowing this guy, Johnson, to get too close and land his punches.
Get the ball rolling. All right? Go back to the body.
You're in this fight, Clinton. Let's start pulling away now. Let's just pull away. These are your rounds. These are big rounds that are yours. Come on.
You've got to make sure these rounds.
Tempo. Who's going to set a tempo?
Do this for me. Do this for me. Come on. Inside now. Start bashing them up inside. Let's go to war.
Well, no talk about keeping him at a distance and moving. It's bash him up and let's go to war.
I just feel that the corner are a little bit frustrated. They want to see Clinton Woods really, you know, bite the bullet and stop this guy in his tracks.
Well, if Johnson keeps boxing the way he has been, taking the contest to Clinton Woods and getting him with the cleaner shots, he might just nick this. Still a fair old bit to go. This round and then 4 more. Right hand by Johnson once again. Woods has to be first with that punch of his. And again, he's backing off.
And there's a concerned look on Clinton Woods' face now. I'm not so sure he never took a shot on the inside there and didn't quite like it, but he seemed to just grimace a little bit.
Better by Woods, and Johnson responds straight away. Woods trying to get inside and do the bashing up, as Neil Port so succinctly put it.
And he needs a big round because he's just letting this fight slip away from him.
Well, has he got the sheer physical strength to match Johnson?
Well, he needs to try and turn the tide. I don't think he has to fight him, he just has to box him.
Solid left into the ribs by Johnson. That'll certainly, or by Wood, I should say. That'll certainly hurt Johnson. And again, he tries it. Well, they're fairly quiet here in Sheffield because they know that things are not perhaps going the way of the man that they're supporting.
Johnson's pace has dropped off. He's sucking it up now. He's feeling the pace of this fight.
Good solid shot to the ribs by Woods again. Is he going to do a Johnson to the American and take the strength away from him? Back comes Johnson. This is a very interesting round. Clinton Woods doesn't need that much more to take this round and maybe just turn the tide.
This is what he needed. He needs to try and back him up, force him on the back foot, push him back, and then get back on the jab.
A little bit more confidence now in the work of Clinton Woods. 45 seconds to go. He needs this one. He needs another good half minute or so.
That's a nice jab from Woods. It's better boxing in this round from him. He's got some confidence from somewhere.
Johnson comes forward. There wasn't much behind that right hand, although Woods did get caught. That swelling under Woods' eye has turned into a bit of a nicker, a bit of a graze, but nothing to worry about.
Johnson looks desperately tired in this round.
He wobbles. Good left once again by Clinton Woods. And Johnson is huffing and puffing. You could see Johnson trying to line Clinton Woods up out of his stool very quickly. The man from Miami in Florida, born in Jamaica 35 years ago. Glen Road Johnson, a little bit slow coming out of the stool, but is he just conserving everything? And has he a bit more left? Good body shot once again by Clinton Woods with that left hand. That worked well for him. He can't afford to be careless. Johnson has tagged him a couple of times with the right hand. Bit more confidence now from Woods. That was better. Little 1-2 combination. And again he goes for the body. Right hand over the top might be a good one, Duke.
Sure. Well, you know, it's about time Clinton Woods decided, you know, who really wants to win this fight and start showing out to his fans that have supported him all this time that he has got the heart, commitment and desire to go out and win a championship.
Johnson not being allowed to work the way he did in the earlier rounds, although still hugely dangerous.
It's a very good round so far for Clinton Woods. You know, punching in punches, nice little combinations, tying up Johnson on the inside, leaning on him, that'll tire him out. Johnson does look desperately tired. There's no snap behind his punches.
Better by Woods once again. Johnson still there. Johnson going to the body. Woods just getting off the quicker with that left, and that's hugely crucial.
Well, you know, the clock's ticking, and he just needs to stamp his authority in this round again. Nice little cluster, push this kid back, try and get Johnson up against the ropes if he can, and try and work him over there.
Good footwork by Clinton Woods, turned his man nicely. And again, Johnson glances toward his corner.
Referee reading the right to Johnson there for use of the head. Johnson's deliberately holding on the inside now. He looks really tired.
A sign of tiredness and a sign of frustration from Glen Road Johnson.
Well, you know, it's up to Clinton Woods to read Johnson's body language and really take the fight to him.
Woods needs to pick it up from here now, less than a minute to go. He needs a good 50 seconds or so, and then a good last 3 rounds.
This is another good round for Woods.
Good work by Woods. He's got the feet placed perfectly. Lovely right hand from the local man, and now the Sheffield crowd get behind him. Has to watch out for the uppercut that Johnson has been instructed to throw and hasn't managed to do so yet. Wild by Johnson, he's getting frustrated. Good footwork by Woods. He's using his head referee, indicated Woods to Dave Paris. Right hand from Johnson, careless by Clinton.
So Johnson's work is looking just a little bit shabby now. There's no real snap behind these punches.
Well, this fella looks more and more tired. But as we've seen so many times before, at this level of boxing, the heart can probably have a huge say in the outcome of any contest, and he's got plenty of heart. Johnson starting to miss. There was a little rub of heads there, and Johnson came out of that. That was a sweet little left hook, and he got caught with a right himself, but his shot was the better of the two.
10. This is 10.
What do you think, Duke?
This is a 10 round.
Well, as you can see, I've just got Johnson just the 1 round up now. Much better round from Clinton Woods. Did exactly what he needs to do. Little cluster of punches, lean on to Johnson, make him tire. He's a smaller guy. Woods is genetically bigger, so he can tire him out. Okay, they weigh the same, but he's still genetically the bigger of the two.
I want it non-stop. Don't leave him alone.
Come on. What we get? Get out of here.
Round 10.
Clinton Woods has had pretty good advice all the way through this from Neil Court. He's encouraged him when it's been tough, and he's patted him when it's been good, and he's really said to him, go out and give it what you've got. It's there for Clinton Woods if he can just finish off this in considerable style. And signs are that Johnson, well, to use that old phrase, much loved of Bundini Brown, the great friend and cohort of Muhammad Ali. Can Johnson go to the well one more time?
Well, you know, Clinton Woods, if he goes with the pace now, he should be he's just a little bit younger, he should be a little bit fresher and be able to sustain a reasonable pace to take him through.
Johnson has come out all guns blazing. Double jab and then the right hand over the top, and Woods has got caught again, and he turns half to the side, and that's a very ominous sign. Woods has got to come back, he's in a bit of bother, and Johnson has found it from somewhere. And just when Woods needed to keep the foot on the pedal, it was Johnson who found the accelerator. Here comes Johnson again, he's swarming all over Clinton Woods.
Just makes you realise that Johnson, for the last couple of rounds, he stepped off the gas, felt himself tiring. He's trying to preserve his energy up until this point, and now he's starting to turn it on again.
But the confidence that's brought by a couple of good shots is very evident here, and now it's Woods is holding on. Still a minute and a half to go in this round. Johnson has started to fade in the latter stage of the previous three. Will he do so in this one?
This fight swings one way and then it swings right back. Clinton's got to start working that jab again like he was in the last round. Put the combinations together in these quick, sharp, flashy combinations. Catch the judge's eye.
And he's got to keep that left hand up. There's that little sharp right from Johnson. And again, Johnson really going head hunting. Better by Woods. Woods might just be losing this one. He's got a minute in which to turn it round. And then the last 6 minutes are going to be all important in the career of Clinton Woods and for the future of Clinton Woods.
Needs to really start working. Throw caution to the wind in this last less than a minute to go. Start working both hands. At least try and get a share of the round.
Well, having won the 9th in impressive fashion, he's maybe let this 10th slip away thanks to that very good start by Johnson. He hasn't been able to get back into it, Clinton Woods. 25 seconds to go. Right by Woods wasn't too far away. Left us held very low yet again. Jab by Johnson was spot on.
It's been a good round for Johnson.
Tough round for Clinton Woods, a round that he very definitely needed and may well not have got. Well, what a start we had by Johnson. Look, 1, 2 little tip taps, and then that right hand and a wonderful left and a right to follow. 3, 4, possibly 5 really good solid punches going in there from the American. And at ringside is Tim Witherspoon with Mike.
Tim, after a couple of good rounds for Clinton, Johnson there again has come back strong.
Yeah, I think that Clinton had a couple of good rounds. He should have fought that type of fight from the first round on. You know, moving too much might give away a couple of rounds, give or take. And I think the way he was fighting when Clinton came back, he should have been fighting like that from the beginning of the fight.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you very much.
Well, final thoughts perhaps from Tim Witherspoon. Penultimate thoughts from Neil Port. Well, I do believe, if we're being totally honest here at ringside, Duke McKenzie, that Clinton Woods needs these last 2 rounds to win this contest.
Absolutely. Well, he's got nothing to lose now. You know, obviously he's got the championship to lose, but in terms of, you know, stature and where he actually stands with himself, you know, he's going to kick himself in the morning if he doesn't really go for this. You look in the mirror and he just won't believe he's let another opportunity slip.
Johnson starting almost as possibly as he did the last round. Good shots by Johnson again, doubling that hook to the head and then to the body, showering us all with sweat. And Woods under pressure. Woods just threatening to wobble a little bit.
It's a hard fought fight. You know, sometimes at close quarters, that's where Johnson's done his best work. And every time he hits Clinton Woods to the body, you know, Clinton just sags back to the ropes.
Woods needs to take this round and the last one if he's to be in with any real chance. And it's Johnson coming forward. Johnson has got the old second win from somewhere or other, and Clinton Woods' face is looking very badly marked up. There's a bruise on the bridge of his nose and bruising underneath both eyes. Better right hand from Clinton Woods. He needs an awful lot more of those. Single shots, Duke, aren't going to win this for him.
No, single shots won't win it for him. But back comes Johnson again. You know, first Clinton Woods takes initiative and then he allows Johnson to come back into the fight. Clinton Woods, once he's done his best work, should tie him up, smother what he's trying to do, and then land again.
Well, Johnson has lost to Sven Ottke at super middle. Surprise, surprise in Germany. He's lost to the Italian Silvio Branco, who's now the WBA light heavyweight champion of the world. He got a draw here last time out and felt he should have got the decision. And right hands like that may just give them the decision tonight, unless Clinton Woods finds something huge in the last 45 seconds of this round and a massive 12th and last round.
This is Johnson's round again. He's landed a big left hook there that hurt Clinton Woods. Had to go back to the corner. Clinton Woods voluntarily went back to the corner after taking that shot.
It's all falling away for Clinton Woods. A little hop and a skip there, but I think he's trying to fool everybody, but I don't think he's fooling himself deep down, and he's certainly not fooling Glen Johnson.
Well, Woods isn't winning this round for me.
Good left hand by him, but too little too late in this round. Dave Paris splits them up, 10 seconds and then 3 more minutes. And as Johnson going to get the decision, which he felt was his 3 months ago here in Sheffield. Tough round, and look, there's a look of resignation on the face of Clinton Woods, and I think a look of contentment on the face of Glen Johnson.
I want a monstrous exhibition of domination. You need to fucking know, all right? You need to dig deep, breathe, all right? If you want to be a champion, this is what it fucking is.
Well, a monstrous display of domination is what's required from Glen Johnson. He may not need as much as that from where we're sitting at ringside or from where Duke is sitting. And what finally is Neil Port saying to Clinton Woods?
Rematch in March, none in April. Let's go. Everything on this round.
This is what it matters now, Clint. Drink.
Have a drink. Have a
We can have a
good drink
breather.
now.
We can have
Deep breath.
15 weeks off if you put a big round in here.
There's no tomorrow morning now, Clinton. Everything's now.
Be smart.
Everything
and keep
now.
fucking punching.
Come on, shout. Everything. All your career, all 10 years is on this round. Come on.
Well, Richard Coxon has just about summed it up. There is no tomorrow morning, Clinton, unless you win this one. So once again, they go to 12 rounds. Once again, we'll have to go to the judges. Last time it was a draw. One judge scored it even, one went for Woods, one went for Johnson. And we think that Johnson may have got it at this stage.
I think so. I've got Johnson ahead.
There's that right that robbed Clinton Woods right from the outset, and he really needs to take it to Johnson. And even if he does and wins this round, I'm not sure it's going to be enough.
In their previous fight, Clinton Woods had a fantastic last round.
Back they come, courtesy of Dave Paris. Remember, a judge from Florida, a judge from New Jersey, Ian John Lewis from England. And they will decide whether or not it's going to be Clinton Woods or Glen Johnson, the 35-year-old from Miami, who's going to be the new IBF light heavyweight champion of the world.
Well, right now it looks like it's Johnson. He's the one that actually wants it the more. He's got nothing left. He's as desperate and as tired as Clinton Woods. But he's just trying to plough, force himself forward.
Woods needs a very big last half of this, the last round. And I don't think it's there. Woods is looking very tired, much more tired than he was in the first fight. Tries that right hand, but not to any great effect. Johnson has paced the fight very well indeed. He had a little quiet spell in the middle where Woods looked as if he was going to dominate, and then Johnson came back with 2 very good rounds in 10 and 11 when Woods needed them the more.
I don't see that Johnson's lost this fight. He's boxed a very intelligent last round. He's got nothing left in the tank, but he's still trying to kid and feint and just will his way to the end of this round. As is Clinton Woods, to his credit, but hasn't landed anything of really significance, forcing himself forward, sure, but not landing anything clean.
Good right hand from Woods at the end. He really needs to stop Johnson, which hasn't been done except by Bernard Hopkins almost 7 years ago. And I don't think Woods has got enough there to do it. And the Johnson supporters, and there are a few here, reckon their man must have got it by now. Woods is giving it everything, but that may not be enough. 20 seconds to go. Didn't make it last time out. Johnson thought he should have got it. He may well have got it this time. Down to the judges. 2 Americans and 1 Briton. 5 seconds to go.
I don't think we're going to get any controversy in this one.
I don't think so either. I think Clinton Woods has acknowledged, and the look in his face perhaps says it all, that Glen Road Johnson, who has been on the wrong end of some iffy decisions he feels all the way through his career, has come for the second time to Clinton Woods, his hometown of Sheffield, and has very probably made sure of becoming the new champion. He's the man who's being hoisted aloft. The Clinton Woods corner are not doing anything like that at all. Johnson had a few ordinary rounds, allowed Woods to come back into it, but in the main, this solid American, although he did take a shot or two, that right hand of his was the one that made the difference all the way through. It was a very, very tough round for Clinton Woods, and Johnson just about nicked it, and has certainly, I think, won this contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 12 rounds of a half-full contest, we go to the judges' scorecards, where we have a unanimous decision. Judge Bays scores the contest at 116 to 112. Yep. Judge Ian John Lewis scores the contest 115 to 113. Judge Whitaker scores the contest 115 to 113. All 3 in favour of the winner and the new IBF light heavyweight champion of the world, Glen Road Johnson.